For as long as humanity has looked up at the night sky, the moon has been a promise, a symbol of what we could become. But for generations of Black Americans, that promise came with an asterisk. The sky had no ceiling. The system did. August 30th, 1983, Cape Canaveral, Florida. The Space Shuttle Challenger roared off the pad, carrying a crew of 5. Among them, Colonel Guion Bluford, a combat veteran, an aerospace engineer, and on that day, the first African American to reach space. Bluford did not just break a barrier. He obliterated the lie that the stars belonged to only one kind of American. 9 years later, a doctor from Alabama would push the boundary even further. September 12, 1992, Dr. Mae Jemison became the first African-American woman to travel to space aboard the shuttle Endeavour. A physician, a chemical engineer, a Peace Corps volunteer, she carried the dreams of every little girl who was told science was not for her. Jemison once said, "Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations." She was not. Then came the moment no one could look away from. February 9th, 1995. Dr. Bernard Harris stepped outside the Space Shuttle Discovery and floated into the void, the first African American to walk in space. Nothing between him and the universe but a suit and the courage to open the door. Every spacewalk since has carried his fingerprints. From 1972 to 2026, no human being traveled beyond low Earth orbit. For 54 years, the moon waited. And in that silence, a new generation prepared. Victor Jerome Glover Jr., Navy test pilot, fighter pilot with over 3,000 flight hours and 400 carrier landings. The man NASA chose to fly humanity back to the moon. January 2026. The Space Launch System stood on Pad 39B at Kennedy Space Center, the most powerful rocket ever built. Waiting. April 1st, 2026. The ground shook for miles. 8.8 million pounds of thrust lifted 4 astronauts off the Earth. The crew: Commander Reed Wiseman, pilot Victor Glover, mission specialist Christina Koch, and Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen. Glover became the first African American to leave low Earth orbit, the first to see our planet as a marble hanging in blackness. On April 6th, the Orion spacecraft swept behind the far side of the moon, 252,000 miles from home, further than any human had traveled in over 50 years. And Victor Glover was at the controls. He looked down at the lunar surface, the same craters Armstrong saw, the same dust Aldrin walked. But this time, the person looking carried the weight and the wonder of a journey that started long before any rocket. April 10th, 2026. The Orion capsule punched back through Earth's atmosphere at 25,000 miles per hour and splashed down in the Pacific Ocean.
When they pulled Victor Glover from the water, he was not just an astronaut coming home. He was proof that the ceiling was never real. From Bluford's first ride in 1983 to Glover's lunar orbit in 2026, 43 years of barrier breaking led to this.
The next Artemis mission will land on the moon. And when it does, the question will not be whether an African American will walk on that surface. The question is already answered. The door is open. The footprints are coming.
Beyond the atmosphere, there are no limits. There never were.